Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to PWRshow.com and PWR Extra, Primetime Extra. Damian Nelson and David Hero here with this exclusive website-only content from the Pro Wrestling Report. I want to thank all of you as well who come over to our website to check out these videos, PWR Primetime Extra. And in this version of Extra, we talked a little about Be the Booker on Primetime Saturday night, but we didn't go over all the matchups. So let's fill the void, David Hero, if you will, right now, and talk about the rest of the matchups occurring this Sunday at Slammiversary from Dallas, Texas. And just to remind everybody, because you, of course, failed in your duties again, this is presented to you under the auspices of Entertainment Purposes Only,
the
EPO.
Offices.
And
Offices.
Make sure that blue is the winning color, because it is the winning color this week, because those are the Nelson family members, Jeff Hardy and Austin Aries. So now let's talk about it, David Hero. The first matchup, Bully Ray versus Joseph Park.
Bully Ray and Clark Kent.
I'm sorry?
That's who Joseph Park reminds me of.
More
Clark
like a
Kent.
Peter Parker, I thought.
No. Peter Park, no. His hands are always sticky. Clark Kent, Joseph Park. How similar. Abyss, Superman. Never see the two guys in the same place ever. I have a funny hunch that this match, Bully Ray beating down Joseph Park, is going to bring out his inner Abyss. And it's going to become a brawl. Now, Abyss may not show up completely, but we'll see signs of it. I look for Bully Ray to beat down Joseph Park, Bully Ray to get the big victory, which can then set up a match the next month where Abyss will finally make his return as the alter ego of Joseph Park.
The X Division Championship on the line as Austin Aries defends his long-held X Division Championship against Samoa Joe.
This could be another fantastic match.
If it happens.
Well, it is kind of sketchy right now. I love Daniels and Kaz against AJ and Kurt Angle, but I think Aries and Samoa Joe is going to be right there with them.
Oh, yeah.
Two great guys. Samoa Joe, super talented. He's one of the more underrated guys in TNA, not being used properly. Wouldn't you say? He hasn't been doing
Definitely.
the whole. Yes, he was the TNA Impact World Tag Team Wrestling Champion.
And the team of he and Magnus was fantastic.
They were great. But they have done nothing really with Samoa Joe since then. I think him and Aries will definitely tear the house down. They're committed to Austin Aries. He's the guy that they have to keep letting run with the ball. Joe is going to beat the crap out of Austin Aries, no question about it.
Much like Bully Ray did last month.
But what I like is for Austin Aries to retain and keep going forward. And let's not forget, he's Milwaukee grown. Where are you going?
I got to grab something.
You just can't leave the set.
Well, I just did.
Minka. Are you kidding me?
Well, you picked Aries. He's a member of the Nelson family, the winner of the 2011 PWR draft.
Is your pimp juice in there? Come on. Seriously?
Why would it be pimp juice?
Isn't that what you put
Why would
those
it be
things?
pimp juice?
It's a big
Why
cup.
can't it just be red wine or something like that? Why has it got to be pimp juice?
Because you don't drink wine.
Why would I drink out of this?
Because you would drink out of that. Now let's
Devon teams
the
with
next
Garrett
match.
Bischoff to take on Robbie E. and Robbie T. in a tag team match.
Poor Devon. Because he really...
But you think he drinks out of this too?
No, of course not. He drinks out of a big glass.
Stein?
Robbie E. and Devon are probably... They're the two veterans. I mean, obviously Devon has been around considerably longer than Robbie E., but Garrett Bischoff and Robbie T. are pretty similar. Both still learning how to work a good match. They're both still learning how to feed off the crowd, what to do, where to beat, and everything else. So they got their two-player coaches with Devon and Robbie E. I hate to say it, but they're way too invested in Garrett Bischoff. There's no way Garrett Bischoff and the TV champion, Devon, are going to lose to the Robs, E and T. I love Robbie E and Robbie T together as a tag team. I think they're entertaining. I think they look great on TV. It's believable. They're like the old 1980s characters. Whether when I see them, I think of like, the Rougeaus and the Killer Bees and just character tag teams. The Natural Money Inc. right there. Not the same technical wrestlers. Rhythm and Blues.
Strike
yes.
Force?
Not Strike Force.
Conquistadors?
Yes.
Point that at
But
me.
Devon and Garrett, there's no way Garrett's going to lose a tag match to the Robs, especially after his team wins the big Lethal Lockdown match. Unfortunately, TNA Impact Wrestling, Eric Bischoff, are way too invested into Garrett to let them not beat the Robs.
Here's my question for you. You've been on this Brooke Hogan kick, talking about how
Yes.
why wouldn't they hire her? Blah, blah, this, that, and the other thing. And granted, she's been beneficial to the company.
She's been
You seemingly, though,
fantastic.
don't see the same thing for Garrett Bischoff, son of Eric.
Because Brooke Hogan is not being put in the ring to be a competitor. She is there to gain.
Pop off about it.
Well, I'll cap off on occasion. Here's the thing, though, with Brooke, it's a different role in the company, okay? Brooke Hogan's not trying to wrestle Gail Kim, who is going to be wrestling somebody on this pay-per-view. At the time of this taping, we have no idea who it's going to be. Just hard to say. Brooke Hogan's a star. Garrett Bischoff isn't. And you're going to say, oh, she's a D-list. Whatever. All I know is Garrett Bischoff got ODB and Madison Rain on Fox News, on CNN, in the cover of magazines.
Brooke Hogan did, not Garrett Bischoff.
Isn't that what I said?
You said Garrett
Oh,
Bischoff.
I meant Brooke Hogan.
Easy to see how you confuse
Brooke Hogan. Brooke Hogan was a great signing because, much like her father, has tremendous name value, and she's the crossover star.
PWR Xtra has brought you Be the Booker this week. Bully Ray over Joseph Park. Austin Aries retaining over Samoa Joe. Devon and Garrett Bischoff beating Robbie E and Robbie T. And what you saw in primetime, Jeff Hardy wins over Mr. Anderson and Rob Van Dam.
No, he does
and
not
the
win.
new tag team champions AJ Styles and Kurt Angle. And the World Heavyweight Championship remains around the waist of Bobby Roode. That's PWR Extra for this week. Thank you so much for joining us here at PWRshow.com. Don't forget to check out Monday Night Meltdown, the post show on Sunday night, and Wednesday, PWR Primetime Wednesday night.
All this content.
For that one, this is Damian Nelson saying thank you. We'll see you again Sunday for the post show.